gosh. Good morning, everybody. Hope you all are doing good. It's looking fairly decent, I think. You know, a little extra music this morning. I think we need to turn this bad boy up. All right, we're getting started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fantastic. All right, just a quick reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, and the information on this channel is provided for education, informational purpose only, with an express apply warranty of any kind, including to word of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. And we're going to get rid of this. Great. All right, good morning to you all. Good morning, good morning. All right, Anita, Pauly, Joseph, Marlon, Florian, John, Yama, Carlo, Moses. Good morning to you all. So we're going to start out on the NASDAQ, as always. All right, looking at this beautiful chart that we've got going on. We had a peak formation high and low put in place. Market's been going up. I know that because it's been breaking out and going higher. And on this day over here, we then had an attempt to go higher that has failed to go higher after triggering previous month's high. And then a close back down over yonder underneath the open and also yesterday's close. Now, that being said, on the day itself today, we have pumped it back up. We have broke back up on the upside and have been consolidating after the CPI announcement. Which is unfortunate because this has done exactly what I talked to you all about that I don't really care for, which is spike both sides of the range and then go back into consolidation. So this is going to put this as the high of day. I'm going to leave that up there. And this is all I can do, okay? This is either going to put in a new follow-through engulfment back down to the downside, which will be a high of week reversal after a first red day, or it will continue to consolidate, making higher highs and higher lows, and continue to go up. Now, something else that I've just noticed as we sit here and chit chat is this has actually made a lower low, which does put it a little bit higher on my to-do list. All right, this has made a lower low. This is good. This is what we want to see. All right. That is my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Anything other than continuing to follow through to the downside will result in me doing nothing. All right. Let's go to US 30, and I think it's probably going to be a similar picture here on US 30, except the conditions are slightly different. Okay, on this one, we have triggered the previous month's high, yes? Just barely, yes. We have triggered previous month's high. We've triggered previous week's high. And we have dumped it back down, giving us this first red day going back into consolidation after triggering the previous day's low. And this is where we're at. Now, I'm going to go down to a 5-minute chart and take a look. And we pulled back over here. Nope, we pulled back. Actually, it doesn't really matter because it broke down over here. The lower low, and that is going to confirm. Yeah, something like this. There we go. So I'm looking for this high to fail. Okay. Just a little note for you all, or for myself. There we go, US 30. Let's see. Oil has completely left the station. Yeah, I saw that. We'll see here in a second what is maybe driving that. Yeah. All right, let's go and take a look at gold. Somebody said, who said that? Marlon thinks that gold looks the best this morning. So we had a first red day on Tuesday. Breakout fails. Triggered the previous day's low on Wednesday, popped back up, failed to go higher. Today, making a lower low, popping back up once again. Is this the low of the week? No, the low of the week's down yonder. Okay. How did Nelly get in here? How'd you get in here? Anyways, let's go and take a look. 5-minute chart. Okay, we had lower lows being put in place over here. Then going to a higher high over here. That's unfortunate. $15. I think it's worth a watch, but I'd be very careful. Yeah, I think it'll be good. Good thing to watch for sure. Cool. Shaky, hey, good morning. And hello to you. Yeah, oil is left. Goodbye. Goodbye, oil. I guess maybe from high of week back down to low of week, but you all have watched me 100 bajillion times, see something that's already moved really far and just completely ignore it, even if it's going to continue to go. Who really cares? And I think that's probably going to be my my mindset for today as well. So I'm going to pull up the NASDAQ. We've got 4 minutes to the open here. And I'm going to double check the news schedule with you all. NASDAQ is first red. And I just know that not everybody's in here right now, so surely they come in later and say, what was your thesis on NASDAQ? So this is my thesis on NASDAQ, is this first red day here. And then on US 30, it was it yesterday first red? Yeah. First red, and this is what I'm waiting for. And then on gold. Gold is looking mighty fine. I'd be curious to see how it opens. The Russell. I don't think I talked about the Russell, and I should have. My bad. We put range in on Friday. And the Friday has basically created this range. We have not triggered previous day's high or low, previous week's high or low all week long. We've just sat on the inside of Friday's range. That is a blatant and obvious ignore for me. And so I will. And so I will. All right, I got my little coffee here. Alrighty. I need to get my other screen set up too. And I said I would look at the news, and then I just got completely sidetracked. Hold on. Calendar. There's the calendar. This is today, September 11th. We have no more news on the calendar. We had the CPI, 8:30. Looks like the euro might have some stuff at 8:45. It's already 9:30, so that's passed as well. Yeah. What's tomorrow? U.S. news tomorrow at 10. Derek thinks that if oil pulls back, the previous day's low would be Or would that be a good trade idea? Yeah, bottom of the box becomes the top of the box in a down moving market. Breakout pullback. You know, really depends on timing. Might not be the worst thing. I'd have to wait for a pullback though, for sure. Right, bottom of the box becomes the top of the box. They break out, they pull back. Dang, it's kind of chilly in here. I need to turn this fan off. I also have trapped my dog in here on accident, not really realizing that she was in here. So I'm going to let her out so she can go roam and free roam the home and be happy, as dogs should. Come on, Nelson. All right. I think my internet problems have probably not been resolved, but they're a lot better than yesterday. So thankful for that. I think gold looks awful. Yeah, I'm it's tough, right? Because they just made the higher high on a 5-minute. We got a nice double bottom. I'd have to take it as like the breakout of the high has failed, right? But the way they've come back down, P1, P2, maybe P3. We're going to have to wait and see. All right, there's the open. US 30 going a little bonkers, huh? Indices playing the highs, maybe. It could be. You never know until it does, though, right? I'm waiting for that big, nice, clean down close bar. Anything less than that's not perfect. I'm not going to take it. Hey, Marlon, what's the word we're looking for? Starts with a T. I think it's been our favorite word this week. Yeah, that's the one. Tuna. Oh, no. No, certainly not that one. Actually, I'm just kidding. I'm a huge fan of sushi. I'm a big sushi guy. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that, Tony. I think we're gonna keep the happy vibes in here today. There's enough crap going on in the world. I probably shouldn't even said anything earlier. That's my bad. There's enough nonsense going on in the world. This can be like a one safe place, a happy place where we come here and we just chill and relax, you know. Boy, US 30 is doing a little pump, huh? Instead of the high failing, they've kind of recovered, V-bottom reversaled. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. After this lower low here was formed, they do not have to go back to the high and fail. This could be like a reset, and it just continues to make higher highs and higher lows. It can even go parabolic off of this thing. They could also come up here and hit us with a little 3 peaks pattern, and then on the reversal, those are usually really, really good trades when it shows up that way. So we'll see. The day is young. Yeah, that'd be a crazy pen, huh? GJ? Let's take a look. Oh, that's a nice little 3 peaks, huh? I'm always a fan of those little stair-step patterns. Let's see, what was the big picture on this bad boy? Oh, man. Okay, so we have triggered weekly levels. That's good. There we go. Thing finally loaded. We had both sides of the range last week on Tuesday, which created a very large range. End of the week was complete trash. Beginning of this week, we had a triggering of the high, a breakout of the low, and an inside bar triggering the high and 3 peaks. This is supposed to be very textbook if this breaks down. They've even made a lower low. I don't think I have the ability to trade this one. Does anybody know? Is there a pound yen futures? Probably not, right? And if it is, it's probably so lightly traded, it's going to be horrible. Am I not concerned about shorting into consolidation? Let's see. Not if it breaks down, especially down like over here. I wouldn't be. I'm concerned with shorting right now because it's just going vertical. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm watching it. Got 2 minutes and 56 seconds left on this bar. Gold made good move. I'm not seeing that. I mean, it went up, sure, but how tradable was that? How replicatable was that? And at what time was that? This was on CPI. So unless I bought CPI and hope for the best. Good stuff, Tony. Really grinding things out, huh? $76 people in here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Like the stream. Or dislike it. Whichever one makes you happy. Preferably the first one, though, if you could. If you're one of those people that likes to hang out in the back and not say anything, you're lurking. Lurk away. Or come forward and say hello. It doesn't really matter. But it's always nice to meet everybody. 10 a.m. club today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Hands raised. Where's the 10 a.m. club at? We got 15 minutes. Oh, we got longer than that. Just kidding. 20 minutes. Kurt, hello. Good morning. Haven't heard from you in a while. Hope you're doing well. I don't know about brave, Ray, but I do appreciate it. I hope that it's been beneficial. It's your last name, Kurt. It's a memorable last name. Actually, I think it's probably the first, two together. Kurt Richardson. That's pretty memorable. Because my wife would certainly tell you otherwise about memory. I'm just kidding. Good morning to you, Marius. U.S. CAD for the short. Let's see. Hold on, Mustang. Just give me 1 second. Actually, you know what? We broke down. I want to see. Do we go sideways? Let's go sideways. Let's get follow through, and then I'll look to enter. We go sideways and we get follow through. I'll look to enter. But I think that not before that. Okay, what'd you say? U.S. CAD. Okay, yeah, CAD. Let's go. I certainly wouldn't say no. I guess I would. Well, day 1, day 2, day 3. So this is the third day of breakouts. We've made a lower low. Mustang, I think you know the answer. 3 days breakouts. It's made a lower low. You know what to wait for. I won't say any more. Appreciate that, Ray. I'm going to butcher this for sure. Rashish. Hello, and good morning to you. John, that always makes me want to jump out of my chair. Good stuff. Two minutes and 41 seconds left on this bar. I have not put any orders in, and I have no positions open as of yet, Michaela. I am watching, though. The 1 minute chart looks really good. I'll show you all what I'm watching right now. The 1 minute chart looks really clean. Here's your breakdown. There's your sideways maneuver. And there's your little bit of follow through. I'm worried about the timing. I would like to see a 5 minute kind of close maybe below this little line. And that would be considered like my sideways bar. Like if it closed like this, I would say, hey, that could be a sideways bar. And then I'll look to enter. I'd be okay with that. That'd be nice. We are 45 minutes into an hour as of 48 seconds from now. So we will see. New 5-minute bar is now open. Why don't I trade the 15-minute engulfment? That's pretty big. It's a pretty big bar. I try to finesse. A little bit so I can get more size on a trade, less risk. US 30 continues to press higher. NASDAQ maybe working. I don't know. Maybe this is a squeeze. Maybe we're trapping. Who knows? A little choppy, yeah. We've came down to our problem area and started going back and forth, which is usually not really the best. Big bar back up. Interesting. We get a V bottom to an A top, kind of a double top. And squeezing and going right back up. Maybe not squeezing yet. We haven't broke the high. Yeah. Interesting, huh? Look where they kind of came back down to as well. Coming back down to that breakout level. What indicator are you using? What do you mean? Talking about this one? We got previous open, high, low, close, which is going to be your close here. And then P2P. and that as well. You can just check the description. I've got them all down there. They're all free. You just type them in on TradingView, except for the P2P, which is also free. You just have to go on Discord and grab it. My thesis, my ideas is rapidly shifting because this is a very, very clean double top that immediately failed at the high of the day, pin hammer, and then we have this bar going back up. So now I need to wait for this bar's low. They need to break out and close lower. All right, we're sitting at double zeros as well. Oops. I didn't mean to do all that. It's been trapping shorts all week. Yes, it has. Shorts are getting absolutely smoked. What was it? Last Friday, we had a first red. We went back to the high. We broke out of the high. Now we're basically pulling back on top of the high. Every attempt to go lower continues to fail over and over again. It does seem like it's squeezing higher, doesn't it? US 30 just went parabolic back to the high of the week. Sure. Yeah. Well, pretty much nothing has done what we thought. We had some really clean. I mean, this was a very clean first red day. I want you all to know that. We even triggered previous month's high. The only thing this didn't do was trigger the previous day's low. But US 30 did. US 30 did. The only thing that was kind of wrong with what is happening here is the breakouts and the way that it continues to break out and go higher. But it also had made a lower low on the day, which, you know, validated a little bit. But now I'm not so sure. It certainly doesn't feel good anymore. Yeah, Shaky, that's what I'm kind of thinking too. I don't really feel good about, you know, what's happening. We got 10 o'clock in 7 minutes. No reason to buy, no reason to sell. Calling it at 10:30. Yeah. I was even thinking sooner than that, Marlon, to be honest. And the only reason I say that is because yesterday told us what to look for today, and then just already looking at it, like it's just not. It's just not, and I need another signal day now to convince me otherwise. With gold, I was wanting to see, because yesterday we had a first red, then we had a triggering of the low, and a pop up, and a triggering of the low today. It's always the same thing, right? It's always going to be one of these scenarios. They trigger the low, they pop back up, they consolidate, they start to pull, and then they dump. They break out of the low, bottom of the box becomes the top of the box, breakout, pullback, continuation. Or they don't trigger the low at all. They just pop it back up in 3 levels, go sideways, lower low, and then dump. Right? And I take profit at previous day's low or low of day. So, out of these scenarios, which one did I have to kind of look at? It would have to have been pin the low or, hit the low and pull back. The only problem with that is it broke out and made a higher high and has just gone back into consolidation. So I don't think there's really anything on gold that would make me happy. But I also play it very safe. $10 nothing happens. I might be gone. 10:15, I'm pushing it. 10:30 is just ridiculous at this point. US 30 did expand the range. Yep. And it there's a good chance that, it may even continue doing that. Oh, paint is drying. All around the world, grass is growing. Candles are bobbing. So I've on my other screen, I'm watching the NASDAQ pop back up over here. Do you notice how even the 1 minute bars are making higher lows? They're closing higher and higher and higher. And then looking left, we do have a 1, 2, 3 traps below P2, not letting out P2, and then making a run for the high. Kind of seems like I don't want to be a seller. I don't know. Today might be a good day to read a book. I was out in the sun all day yesterday. All day. And it was amazing. I got a ton of video too. I wish I could show you all. Although I guess I could. But it has nothing to do with trading, so I guess it doesn't really matter. This is very, this is rat-like behavior. Pay very close attention. Who is getting trapped? Where and how and why? Every candle's close has a purpose. Whether that be to... If every bar on the chart was large, then there would be, emotion spread across the chart evenly. But if they make the bars really small, and then they create these large bars out of nowhere, creates an emotional response. But in reality, all this bar has done is opened, closed exactly where these other people were trying to go short, didn't let them out of their positions, maybe even made more people go short, and then took it away. June, I'm not going to answer that. I can't answer questions like that. Sorry. I don't ever tell people what is or isn't. I can only tell you the facts of what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing a market go parabolic right now. It's straight up to the upside. No lower low in sight. $10:01, ladies and gentlemen of the P2P community. How's everyone doing? I wish that I had a more exciting day for you all. I feel like it's been a week since I was just like, man, this has been a fantastic trade. I wish they were a little bit more frequently being taken lately. But if the setup's not there, it's not there. I can't force it, Cannot force it. Where is US 30 going? That's the real question. I wish I had a little soundboard so I could be like, do the, what is it, Toy Story? To infinity and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what can we come up with here. Not gonna let me. Oh, that's just rude. Man, that thing just keeps printing green. And going more and more vertical. It's in an all, yeah, so it could be like a blue sky. We don't know where it's going to land. Yeah. It's also been this little... maybe a blow off. Will gold ever break down? I don't know. I think that it will, but it might be one of those that makes it looks like it will a few times and then, eventually maybe, but it has been going up for a while, so maybe it's going to go into a longer period of consolidation. Well, yeah, and Shaky, also, tomorrow we have inflation and, like, something else. You know, we have numbers tomorrow that are, I think they have to do with inflation and stuff like that, so. Was yesterday first green on... If the US 30 has a first green day setup, then the entry price action is yes. Yep. Yep. A lot of strength. Consolidations being broken out of, making higher highs and higher lows. This would be a perfect first green day. And it could have been a good first red day trap. The only problem with that is I will only usually take those from yesterday's close. Or I will take it from the previous. Did I miss something? No. Nope. Still good. See how they bring it back down, making it emotional, basically like an emotional retracement. Purpose of a pullback, all right? Purpose of a pullback, a market maker pullback, or any pullback in general, is designed to shake you out of a winning position, stop you out if you were in too early, right? Shake out, stop out, or maybe even induce the other side by making emotional movement, flicking candles, whipping price to the same level over and over and over and over, not going any higher, not going any lower, just whipping it. We've all seen that happen, and then it just dumps or, takes off or whatever, and it's like, how is that even possible? How is that even real life? Slamming price back down and doing all kinds of stuff. But anyways, this big wide range bars to the downside, not going anywhere. Don't forget these bars, the high and the low, not going anywhere. Once, twice, third time. I think it's like a II pattern or whatever. Double pin hammer. And a run, taking it away, spiking up through the high. SRJ, what we're talking about right now is exactly what you're struggling with, is reading the chart from a behavioral standpoint instead of what does that bar mean? What purpose does it serve? If you just look at it and say, well, I read in a book one time that there was a pin hammer and engulfment and I should take that, you're going to get smoked a lot. Big down closed bars, not going lower than the previous down closed bar, immediately being taken away is a big sign of what? Squeezing out shorts. Squeezing out shorts. That's all there is to it. I wanted to be a seller today because of X. I will not go short today because of Z. Yeah, this looks like absolute just trash. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm coming back tomorrow when it might be a better opportunity. I am not seeing it today. And I'm not going to sit around here and watch paint dry and just do whatever to keep the stream going. I'm just not doing that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a great rest of your day. Big smiles. Get some sun. Appreciate all y'all. I'll see you tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern time, ready to go, ready to trade. Hopefully better opportunity on the horizon. I'll see y'all then. Bye-bye.